noticed that button on my phone here.
It is go time for Monster Monday. Sit back and get ready to enjoy a live show. Comment any questions, see what's up in our world of epic, and hear what we have in store. Welcome to Monster Monday.
Hey, welcome to Monster Monday. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am doing great. As you see, I am in my truck. I'm in the truck. I am headed to Minnesota. So that's what I got going on. I'm in Indiana somewhere. And I don't know exactly where, but I'm not through Chicago yet. So that's what I'm doing. I didn't stay home too long. I had to get going to our family vacation that we do in northern Minnesota at a little cabin. So I'm gonna go hang out in the woods and call it a day. So I'm excited about that. So that's my big plans.
Awesome.
Yeah, how does it look in the truck? Can you see me all right? Because I got a blinding light in front of me, so I can go like that. And hey, I can play like shadow games and get like little characters going.
Yeah, you do the dog.
Yeah. I was
time to do
it. That, I'm gonna try. I'll try to do that. And I'm sitting at a rest area, and I'm easily distracted like a little kid here. But I was at home for, let's see, what day did I get home? Halloween. So I got home on Halloween, and I made it all the way until today. What's the date today? The 3rd? 4th. So I did pretty good. Made it 4 days home before I had to hit the road again. And having a little bit of truck trouble. My transmission in my truck is acting up a little bit. So I'm just fingers crossed I can nurse this thing to Minnesota. And then you want to hear a funny story? I had my plate on this trailer, which I never put on the back, but I put new lights on it yesterday. So I'm like, I'm going to mount a license plate to it. So I'm like, man, I don't even know if this thing's registered this year. So I thought I'm going to stop at DMV and just make sure I got the right plate because I had a couple plates in my office. So I stopped at DMV this morning on my way out of town. No big deal. Stop in there, make sure it's registered for this year, be all good to go. I stop in there. People are like super nice there at the one I go to. So I'm thinking I'll be in and out of there in 10 minutes. She pulls it up and she says, well, did you sell this trailer? And I was like, no, I didn't sell the trailer. I go, it's hooked to my truck outside. And she goes, well, this trailer's registered to somebody else. I was like, I don't know what is going on, but here's my title, here's my plate, and the trailer's outside. So whatever you guys screwed up on, I need you to undo that. Oh, they're like, oh, we can't do that.
Oh.
I was like, what do you mean? She goes, well, you sure you didn't sell it to somebody? I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd know if I sold it. It wouldn't be hooked to my truck, So I go, it's outside. So I laughed and they looked it up and they said they transferred the title in 2020 to somebody else. And I was like, I registered this since 2020. I go, I didn't do it last year, I know, and maybe the year before, I don't know, but I've used it since before that. And she's like, yeah, well, it was transferred, so now we got to figure out how to do that. And I'm like, well, I'm holding the title, I'm holding the bill of sale because they don't give you trailer titles in Jersey.
Yeah.
I got the bill of sale from Tractor Supply where I bought it, the license plate, and the trailer. I don't know how I can prove that it's mine any more than that.
No.
And they're like, yeah, but it was transferred to somebody else since then. I go, clearly somebody here made a mistake and transferred the wrong trailer.
The wrong trailer.
So I was just laughing. But yeah, Alan, if I sold that trailer to you, forgot to take it. So they said they're going to call down to the cities, to their main office where the people actually know something evidently work. And they're like, take a seat. Well, an hour and a half later, they don't have any answers for me. So I was like, I went up, I said, look, I'm not waiting here all day. They're like, okay, can you give us your phone number and we'll get it figured out. We'll call you. Yeah, well, I'm still waiting on that phone call. So I'm like, no, I have a trailer that doesn't come back as mine. So I'm hoping that whoever has the a plate is just not even registered to anybody. It's just a plate that has tied to nothing. So I think I'm going to put that on for all the Easy Pass stuff at least, and let them chase that around and take my Easy Pass off the window and try to save $30.
Oh.
But I just laughed. So I was like, I don't know what to tell you. So,
Oh.
and my buddy that I'm going to see in Minnesota, he's a sheriff. So as long as he doesn't pull me over when I go to his house tomorrow, and I'll be all right. So, and if he
Should be
does, all my
good.
stuff's going to his trailer. So that was the excitement of my day.
That was
Yeah, so that's how that goes. So I don't know. So right now I don't own a trailer, even though I have the title, the plate, and the trailer. So all I could think is they had to make a mistake and transferred it, just a typo on something, because there'd be no benefit to anybody scamming me and taking possession of a trailer that they don't have.
they don't have. Yeah. I don't
You know,
know.
if somebody would have stole it from me or something and then registered it themselves, and I had to go through all that crap, I would get that. But it's just a little dinky landscape trailer from Tractor Supply. It's not worth a ton. So I don't know. So I have a feeling I'm going to be running this without a plate for a while. Because I don't think they're going to figure it out any too soon. So
I'll bet not.
no, that's all good. So I don't know what else you got going on. Anything fun? Anything exciting?
For me? Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Well, this weekend, Dylan and I went cone kicking, and we went and looked at a
Wait,
motorcycle.
Back up a minute. You went cone kicking. What in the actual hell is
Yeah.
that? Like, I know you guys do some hillbilly shit up there, but
Yeah,
like
it's
pine cone kicking?
no, like construction cone kicking. And we filmed it. You'll have to see it on Facebook.
I did not even see it. I was so busy getting my shit. So
Yeah,
you went you just rolled down the road on your motorcycles and kick them, or
Oh,
you
we're
hang
not-
out the
no,
window of
we-
your truck?
We get out and kick them and film them, and yeah, it's a good time.
Is it like playing kick the can, except you kick the
Kinda.
cone and there's nobody
Yeah.
and there's nobody playing the game?
Just us, yeah. Yeah, you'll have to ask
Ah, okay.
Twister and Craig and Renee and Steve, Gunther. They get in on it too. So it's pretty cool.
All right, I have to follow on. Is this a game?
How
that we can all
boring is
play along
Minnesota?
with?
Yeah, I know, Brandy. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Like I grew up in Minnesota. Like we didn't go cone kicking. I don't remember that. We messed
No,
with
we
cattle
just
and tried to ride some horses that weren't meant to be ridden
didn't.
in the
Yeah.
middle of the night. Park some trucks in rivers and things like that, but never cone
Yeah.
kicking. So
Yeah, you'll have to try it. And then
yeah,
we
I
went.
don't know. It's
Yeah, and then now Dylan's looking at a motorcycle. We'll see.
we're good.
More
You
to
can never
come.
have too many.
Oh, yeah.
If there's room in the garage, then there's
There's
room. So
that much room in the garage. So yeah.
well, then you got to add on. That's how you got to look at that. And what kind of
Yeah.
motorcycle you looking at, Dylan? Another antique or a new one?
He'll bring it up tomorrow, but it's older. I'll say that.
Awesome. Well, he finds
It's
some
older
good
than
scores
you.
when he gets
It's older than
Oh.
you. Yeah.
older than me. I'm old.
Well, I didn't say that, but it's older than you. You're a couple years older than
Well,
me. So
I was born in
Well-
'68, so it's older than me. That's
yeah,
a good
about
score.
about 3 years older than you. Yeah.
Nice.
He's pretty
Oh, God,
excited.
now I'm pretty excited now too.
Yeah, so are we. So I don't know. We'll
I
see.
wanna-
I'm said
I
more
wanna-
than I'm supposed to say. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Well, I want to ride it. But he's gonna have to start it for me, because every time I try to kickstart something, I look like a little bitch and I get whapped in the shin. I am not designed for kickstarting things. I am designed for a little button on next to the thumb that
Yeah,
hits it
this
and
one's
starts
got
right
that
up.
too. It's got both.
You got to kick it. If it's 65, you got to
I
kick
know.
it.
Yeah, you
I
do
think
have.
that's the rule.
It's got
so.
that there. So yeah, you got to use it. Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
getting enough audio. I'm slowly getting enough information out of you. I can form a guess of what it is based on it has both.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a 65. So,
Yeah,
so that's
I've said too
pretty
much.
awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you're going to see Dylan's hand, instead of the up or down, it's just going to come in and grab, and then
He's gonna rip me like they're
like they used to pull people off the stage. That's what it's going to be like.
Yeah, the cane.
Yeah. And
Eh.
Brandy, did they make motorcycles back then? Come on, I'm not that
Oh
old. Now you
wow. They
Now you
made
sound like my
motorcycles.
kids.
They made them
Yeah,
in the
my-
early 1900s.
Yeah, my kids always say that same thing. They always say, like, are you what was it like when they invented the wheel, that kind of thing, and
Yeah.
always razzing on me. Hold on a second, somebody's coming to my window.
Uh-oh.
You don't have to have a roll of duct tape, do you?
Hmm. Somebody's up here hitting me for duct tape. I don't think I do. No,
Okay.
I should. I'm embarrassed I don't.
Well, I'm embarrassed I don't.
Yeah.
I got a windshield gasket coming off. So.
Oh, I wish I could help you.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
No duct tape?
I know, and I'm embarrassed. The guy asked me on a live broadcast if I have duct tape, and I gotta like forfeit my man card and say no, I don't.
No duct tape.
And especially I'm going on a hunting trip. I look in the back, I'm like, man, I should have duct tape, and I don't. So now it's on my list of what I gotta get. So
Need duct tape.
anyhow, yep, that was all good. But I watched your show last week. You did a great job. Thanks for covering for me while I was riding across the country and totally spaced off what day and what time it was, even though I talked to Dylan a half an hour before the show. And I'm watching it and he says, I talked to him a half an hour ago, but then that was it. I was like, sometimes I wonder if I'm not retarded.
We've
Like,
had that discussion.
How can that be like that? I talked to him a half an hour and then
I'm messaging you and
realize...
you're not answering, and I'm like, oh, I think you better just get ready and come on, Dylan.
I don't know what I was doing. Oh, I was looking at something in Nebraska that I can't say here, but I was meeting with some people and I had to go over some things, and that's what I was doing. And my brain got sidetracked, and I'll tell you about that, what I was doing at a different time. But then you'll understand why my brain was just like, because I've seen a lot of cool things. So yeah.
That's
So anyhow,
awesome.
thank you for covering for me. I saw you hit on the 13 Days of Christmas.
Christmas,
So
yeah.
if anybody is wondering about that, we are doing the 13 Days of Christmas. We're going to open up a fundraiser for that, and we're going to have 13 Days of Christmas. Last year we did it one way. That's kind of how it was on the calendar to be. It's not going to be quite like that. This 13 Days of Christmas, we're going to start fundraising, and anybody who donates, every $25 you donate, you get 5 chances on the wheel, or you can donate $10 and get a chance. So $25 gets you 5 shots on the wheel. And then leading up to Christmas, we're going to showcase each one of our boys and what we got them for Christmas.
That's
and
awesome.
all of the money we raise is going to go to our kids for Christmas and a couple extra kids, Jackson being one. And then there's another little boy, Brody, out in Kansas that I'm going to get with his parents, and we're going to get him a little something for Christmas. And then we have some drawings for all of the monsters. Anybody who donates and gets on that wheel, I've been collecting some prizes, so we're going to give away some things. I have a Clockworks windshield. I have some of those reactive tents. I got 2 tents to give away. We have some Mile Monster stuff. There's a knife. There's some really cool stuff that are going to be a nice Christmas present to the monsters that donate to this fundraiser. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to start. We'll start collecting for that. Is that next week or the week after? Whatever it is.
The next week on the calendar, but I don't know if that's when you were thinking.
Yeah, that's when we'll open it up for people to donate, and that's when we'll start donating. It's going to run basically for a month that people can donate, but because I want to get the kids, most everything's coming from Amazon, so I want to give Amazon enough time to get everything delivered to them. And for the boys that are overseas, I have to use a different Amazon. So, we want to do that, and I got to get their list. And some of the kids you'd think kids are very easy to get their list from, but these little kids, like, they don't want to be spoiled. They don't want to have things.
No, they
They don't
don't.
need things, whatever. It's hard to get a list. They're like, well, I don't really need anything. And some of the things on their list may be needed things, not just the Christmas list. And that's what I've realized with dealing with boys with DMD is they often have wants that aren't normal wants.
Right.
Like a kid should not want gloves to wipe and to wash with and shit like that. So So keep an eye out for that. But that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to get some cool stuff for the boys for Christmas, and then you can win some cool stuff. Yeah, shit mittens. That's a good
Yeah.
term for it. But that they work great, so I see why
Yeah.
people want them. But it's just not something a kid should say.
want.
Right? What I would really like is this. Like those things. But if that's what they want, we're going to get them whatever they want. Whatever helps them live their best life, we're all good. So we're going to have roughly 7 kids we're going to be getting presents for, and
Nice.
we're going to have a good time with it. And then you can win some prizes yourself too. So I know a lot of people are looking at those tents. I don't know. I think I had like 8 things, but we're going to throw away a package together. There's going to be a wild ass cushion in there.
Ooh.
There's a few things. So there's some things worth winning. The Clockworks windshield, a knife, a custom made knife
Nice.
that was made for us. So it's really going to be cool. There'll be some cool prizes to win. So it's a win-win. You get a chance to win something cool, and the kids are going to get a really cool Christmas present from all the monsters. So that's pretty awesome. So
that's pretty
yeah.
cool.
So and it'd be people. If anybody has something they want to donate to the giveaway, that's cool. Whatever we have, I'd like to make Christmas special for monsters for and the heroes especially. So be all good. So that's that. That's really all I got for news. So the rest of it's on you because my preparation time was this long today. I really had really high hopes of like really prepping good, but then I'm driving and I was kind of bored, so I put on a movie and I wanted to watch. So I was watching the Goats Texas tour, and
awesome.
yeah, it was pretty awesome to watch. And right now I'm at the part where Twister's riding with me, and I'm just about to throw her phone on the highway. So that's the part of the movie I'm at, and I don't know how many times I can watch that thing 1,000 times, and there's parts that just still hit me like a freight train. Like the part where we're at the ocean and I give Gavin a hug and I run into the ocean, like that part where Iceman and Chase put to music to that and caught that moment was awesome. And then when Twister goes down, the realization that that's what happened and it wasn't just the motorcycle tipped over. Like I watched that again and the flood of emotions just hit me again, so it's crazy. So I'm gonna repost the link to it so people
It's a
can
good idea.
watch it again, and any new people that haven't seen it, because that is a great movie. I don't think I'm delirious because it's so meaningful to me and I was there, but I think it's pretty badass, all around, So it was a lot of fun. So I'm having fun time watching that. So anyhow, I won't keep rambling. That's enough. I was trying to read and talk at the same time. I can't do 2 things at once. So.
I have that trouble. Distracts me.
Yep, exactly. So, luckily the light's not very good in here because I'm having a bad hair month, and I realized right before we started the show that I haven't combed my hair in probably 2 days. Amy's out of town. She left the day after I got home, so I didn't get a lot of time with my gal. And when she's not around, I'm like, well, I'll be fine. So I went to the chiropractor spine center, and I hadn't combed my hair all day, and they laughed at me when I walked in because my hair is just everywhere. They're like, I've never met anybody like you who gives like no shits at all about how they look when you go out. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Now we're doing a show, and I'm like, I better at least try to make an effort to comb it. So that's all good. So anyhow, what kind of news you got for me for those little heroes of ours?
For our heroes. So Alfie, he just loves Halloween. He had a great Halloween. Said it's his favorite time of year. And Colleen is trying to get a Christmas list out of him, and I wished her luck with that because it doesn't go well with getting a list from Alfie.
Hey, did you see the picture that his dad posted with Alfie as a little kid with Colleen and him? Yeah, I was like,
I saw your comment.
Too good looking. She's way too good looking for him. So I don't know, man. That's talk about out kicking your coverage. So nice work, Jamie. That was a good score.
That was. He did good.
That was pretty funny. But yeah, I talked to Alfie. He was all fired up about Halloween, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I was telling him that they really know how to celebrate Halloween. I don't know if you saw their videos and their posts for I was like, "Holy cow, they Irish know how to party." So they really do.
I didn't see anything because I got home on Halloween and we literally were carving pumpkins Halloween night. And
Okay.
then I had to get Amy to the airport the next day. So I haven't really been on social media a lot because I had to get my truck and trailer ready for this trip. So I've been busting my tail as far as, as much as busting my tail I do anymore, but by people who are productive, I wasn't busting my tail, but by my
No.
standards, I was really getting after it.
Oh, and now Alfie receives now every 4 weeks testosterone shots, so they're hoping to help him grow with that.
Yeah, and just another hurdle to get over.
Just another hurdle for them. Make
Yep.
him. That leads me to Jack. Jack didn't do much this weekend. He got some much needed rest this last week, and they took grandma to some appointments, and he's back in school today. Not much else going on in Jack's world, but
I haven't talked to Jack lately, so I gotta reach out to him. I miss that little guy.
yeah.
So I haven't been on. I talked with him through WhatsApp, and I had a problem with some apps and I deleted a bunch of them, so I got to re-put that on my phone so I can get a hold of him.
That's a neat app. And Drew decided he wanted to do an all-night game night with his friends to stay up all night and play games. And Steve decided that they could do that. So they were up about 30 hours. And he asked if he could do it again. And his dad said, probably not.
That's a kid's game right there because I don't want to stay. That's the difference between a kid and being an old man. 'Cause I don't want to stay up for 30 hours.
No, I like sleeping.
Yeah, I like going to bed.
to
Like
sleep.
this time of year, like it feels like it's the middle of the freaking night right now. I'm like, I just want to shut this off and go to bed right now.
I'm ready for bed by 7. Now it's awful, but
Yeah, it's depressing.
He had some blood work done that turned out really good. They said it only took about 2 pokes to get the blood versus a lot of times it takes about a dozen. So that was good. His blood work came back good. So now they're moving on to their next stage. He's going to start, they're hoping to have approval for him to start some of the same medication Gavin is on. It's Gavinostat, or I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's one of the DMD medications that Gavin takes. He's trying to get approved for that. So they're one step closer for that medication.
That's awesome. And we got if people didn't know, we got Drew a new lift. So there was they needed a lift for traveling for medical appointments and things. So I found a lift and we got him a lift and got delivered to him. And I just talked to him the other day and he was talking about how nice it is and how it can lift him from the floor to a high bed. So little things like that, the kind of shit that I don't even
think about
comprehend ever needing, is so valuable to them. So I was happy that we could do that. And to each one of you that donate to any of our causes, that's the kind of things that we do when they comes up, they need something, we just take care of that. So that was super cool.
That's awesome. Mr. Gavin got a lot of candy. The boys did for Halloween and they had a blast. And no school for him this Friday and Monday. But Friday he's got to go to Houston. Well, they're leaving Thursday for his DMD clinic. And then Saturday he's got his big fishing trip. So that'll be fun for Gavin.
Yeah, and he's going offshore fishing, and I don't know much about
Yes.
much when it comes to fishing outside of freshwater rivers, but it looks like it's a pretty cool gig, to go out there and fish. Like I think everything's kind of big. Like there's inshore fishing and offshore, and that offshore gets some pretty cool stuff. So I think it's going to be pretty epic trip.
I think that'll be pretty fun for him. And he's gearing up for Thanksgiving. Then in February he heads to the University of Delaware for a cardiology study. And then March 13th and 20th, he gets to have his dream vacation in Denmark.
That's pretty awesome too. And it's a great a great thing that somebody gifted him. I know it's on the down low and they don't like a lot of publicity, but the organization that gifted that to him is above and beyond. And I'm very grateful that they're doing something like that, because Gavin had a wish through Make-A-Wish, and all he wanted to do was go to Denmark and see the Lego house, and they said no.
Yeah.
And so I said, Gavin, like, the Monsters will make that happen. We'll figure out a way to get you to there. And so an organization that heard of Gavin, they stepped up and are paying for the family to go over there, and that's
incredible.
a pretty epic thing, and it just shows you how networking out and branching out. Like,
Mhm.
sometimes we don't raise a ton of money when we're out doing things, but we are spreading so much awareness, and all that pays off down the road. Like,
Yes.
I just met with people on my last ride that are going to have great benefits to it. So it's
That's
it's
awesome.
always something. So it's really cool to see that
Mhm.
unfold like that. So it makes me pretty happy to see any of the boys get something so cool.
That is awesome. And he'll be home just in time to go to the Serve Outdoors banquet on the 22nd. So that'll be awesome. The place where he went hunting and all that. So
Yeah,
that'll be
that's
awesome.
cool. A lot of fun stuff. That's for sure.
He's
You
got
know, a
a
lot of
packed rest of the year.
yeah.
Next
But I
year.
tell you what, that's what makes it so exciting. When you talk about, it's not just talk that we want to help these kids live their best life. It's
No.
actually seeing them do things to
Yeah.
live their best life. Whatever that is. If it's this fishing, hunting, traveling, riding a motorcycle, going to a car show, trick or treating, getting a ramp on your house, whatever it is a million things, but so fun to watch that from our seat, in the
Mhm.
grandstand, where we can just watch the kids actually live their best life. And it's pretty epic when you can watch it and they just kind of expect, like, it seems like normal. Then you're doing it right when cool shit just seems normal. It's not a one in a million. Like, they're living their best life every day, not just a one and done. See you later, kid. We're off to
Mhm.
the next thing. So that's pretty
Yes.
awesome.
That is awesome. That leads me to Mr. Turbo. He had a good week. He went to the Cure for Duchenne event and the SSC Car Show Club pancake breakfast, and he got to try out a converted truck. This was pretty awesome. I think we got a photo here we can show you. Nicole sent me a video too, but we couldn't get the video to come up. But as you can see, his wheelchair is in the truck, and the lady from the car club in the was in a wheelchair too, and that's her pickup. And she has been wanting Turbo to try this out. And I wish I could have got the video to load, but he got to get in and rev up the truck, and the smile on his face is just, maybe Nicole will post it.
Well,
It's just incredible.
throttles and boys
They go hand
smiles,
in
they go hand in hand, and it never changes. Like, I'll be with a 60-year-old guy and they go through a tunnel on a Harley and they crack the throttle and they smile like a little dipshit their first time hearing noise. So it doesn't
Yep,
matter
it doesn't
anything.
matter.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
That is really cool.
The only other thing I have is today marks 2 years that Hop finished his 100,000 mile ride. I wanted to bring that up.
That is really cool. And that's 3 years, is it not?
Was it 3? Thought it was 2. Sorry, I might have messed that up.
Yeah, what year is this? Yeah, it's 3 years.
3 years. I'm sorry. Somebody told me the wrong information.
No, it's all good.
But we had
But I won't.
some of it right. Anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah. It's 3
the
years.
it's
That's
the
right.
day, but that was 2021.
Yes,
So
you're right. So it would be 3 years. I apologize.
yeah, I remember it because in that epic ride that Hop did, we met Gavin and Turbo back to back for the first
I
time,
remember
face to
that.
face, and it was pretty. That was pretty an epic time for me. I got a tattoo from the goat.
Yep.
And a lot of great memories, and it's amazing what you can do in 3 years, but it's been a hell of a ride. So
Yes,
it
that's
brings
awesome.
back a lot of memories. You just saying that was 3 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
it was crazy. So what a
We
ride.
remember
What
hearing about that and buying his T-shirt, and we didn't really know a lot about Mile Monsters then, but
yeah, and
like,
now
look,
look at you. You're the face of Mile Monsters. You got your own show. You are the world's famous newscaster. Dylan's got the most famous hand in all of monster history.
yeah, it's awesome. And then
So
one other thing,
it's
it's
great.
his birthday on Wednesday. We had to bring that up. Hop's birthday's Wednesday, and I think he's
Oh,
older
that's
than you,
right.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Way
much
older.
older than me. He's a
That's
bunch
what
of
I
yeah, he
thought.
has a bunch of grandkids. He has a
Yeah.
bunch of grandkids, and
So
I don't
he's.
know, like
I know he's way older
yeah,
than me, but yeah.
yeah, that's his redneck rules. That's how hillbilly math works. You go
He's a
by
grandkid.
grandkids, and then
Okay. Well, I
yeah,
have
like
none. So.
grandkids. If you have no grandkids, Hopper's way older than you, and me, and everybody. So it's all good. So
Nice. Well,
that's
I wish him
that's
happy
just fine.
birthday. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I'll wish the old man happy birthday. You know, the clock's ticking on him. He won't get a whole lot more left. He's getting a little more humped over and pretty soon be a cane and,
It'll be a
we'll have to be
cane soon.
yelling into his ear. So
Yep.
it's all good. It's
Exactly.
all good. But
That's all I got.
that's awesome. Well, you got a lot. That was really good. That was good. I don't have anything else. I'm not going to be here next Monday, I don't think, unless something changes. I'm going to be in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. And I remember a
Awesome.
couple
Good
years
for
ago, I
you.
tried to do it from up there, and
I remember that.
uh, it was a little tough. When Monster Monday first started, I was trying to do it, and that's back when we used to do it during the day. And I did it from a hill while I was trying to
I
hunt, and it was like
remember
trying
you
to
being on
find
the hill.
service. Yeah, and I'm like trying to find service up there, and the phones don't work anywhere where you're at. So um, now I know we got this under control. I don't even sweat it. Sometimes I just forget about that we even have a
I just
show,
forget
and
it's Monday.
yeah, so I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna forget next Monday because I won't know what day it is up there. Nothing. So the only thing I did wanna say is because a bunch of family watch this show, but Amy's uncle passed away last week. So her uncle Jeff was a great dude. He's got a bunch of daughters, all in Minnesota, that are super close to Amy, and all those cousins grew up together. So I felt bad that their dad passed away the day after Halloween on the 1st. So um, I do want to pass my condolences on to the entire family because he was a great guy, had a battle with cancer, and was able to stay at her aunt's house until the end. So that was super nice that they could do that. But I know it's her mom's brother, and the whole family's a little setback. He was the only boy in the family, and it's just a little shitty when that stuff happens. So, and he was really a good guy, and all his kids are just awesome. And I think that's how you can kind of tell when it was a life well lived. Is when the family gathers around and everybody gathers around because everybody loves each other and wants to tell stories. And as sad as it is, it's also a really cool
It is. Yeah.
a cool moment that they could have together. So to the family, I'm sorry that you're dealing with this, and sorry I wasn't there and I missed it, but Amy was and still is. So I'm trying to see her tomorrow and be good to go. But I just wanted to pass that along because I know her mom will be watching, her aunt, Amy herself will be watching at some point. So, darling, I'm sorry. I love you, and I'll give you a hug when I see you.
I'm sorry too.
So, yeah, just one of those things, just that stuff sucks all the time. So,
Does.
yep, it's what it is. So, the goat wants me to keep talking so he doesn't have to go to bed. So, the goat, if you want, I'll just keep it live, and the whole time I drive to Minnesota, I'll just talk to you like we're on the phone or something. So, that might work. But I'm watching the movie, so I can't stay and talk because I'm to the good part. So I want to get done here so I can get back to my movie, get back to driving. So, sorry, pal, you're going to bed.
Go to bed,
So
man.
it's all good. Yeah, that's all I got. And it is, yeah, that's right. It's only 7:30. Feels like it's midnight, Dylan. Like, you know, 7:30 just doesn't seem right. It
I
is
don't know
so
what it
dark
is
right
either.
now. It's
I know.
8:30 where I'm at, and it's been dark for hours, and I literally feel like it's the middle of the night. Like I was
I know.
like eyeing up a place to sleep, and I'm like, I don't need to go to bed. It's like 8 o'clock. So, you know, is what
I'm
it
ready
is.
for bed.
Yeah. Yeah, this time of year is pretty tough. So that's that. So that's all I got. If you don't have anything else,
Get out
you
and
got anything
vote
else?
if you haven't.
Oh yeah, get out and vote tomorrow. Get out and vote, and then don't post jack shit about it because I don't care.
No.
I already voted. You're not convincing me anything. So just vote and then post
Just
a
vote.
nice picture of the weather or something. We got
Exactly.
another day and a half to get through, so we'll
Mhm.
be all good. I can't handle any more nonsense, so it's all good.
It's
But that's
almost
great.
over.
We'll see you, Dylan. I'll see you, Dylan. Awesome. What'd you think of the show? We get a thumbs up? Yeah, that's awesome. His famous hand. All right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody take care. We'll see you later. Misty, you got to end this because I can't. I don't know where the buttons are on this phone.
Okay.
So
I'll lend you.
peace,
Thanks a lot.
everybody.
Bye-bye.